Hello, chess lovers. Welcome to Star Chess Academy. After 5 games in which both players were not really convincing in openings, but today they actually showed a great level of preparation. So here, white is the Ding Liren, the world champion, and black is the challenger Gukesh D. So d4. After trying e4, knight f3, Ding gave d4 a try. So knight f6, bishop f4, the famous London system, a very interesting opening which is sometimes considered as a nightmare by many players. Ding said in a press conference that until now he has played with the white pieces as if he had the black pieces and that he has decided to change his approach. As a consequence, he chose the London system because last year he managed to win with it. Is Ding getting in a worried state of mind? So d5 and e3, e6, knight f3 and the move c5. Well, the most common way of playing with black c3, a line which is reputed to be solid, bishop to d6 and a bishop to b5. Well, an interesting sideline. It has already been played by Carlsen against Ding himself in 2023. They drew the game, but maybe it gave some ideas to Ding. So knight to c6, bishop into c6. White gives his bishop in order to weaken the black structure. In this kind of position, white has to play on dark squares and has to try to take advantage of the c5 square. So b into c6, bishop into d6, queen into d6, and the logical move queen a4 to put pressure on the structure castles and the move queen a3. White follows the right plan as said previously. If Ding manages to exchange the queens, he could get a favorable endgame. Well, uh, so knight to e4, the main line. Gukesh was still in a known field. Knight fd2. Only 7 games were played in that position with a pretty good score for white. So pawn captures and knight captures e4. Knight queen into a3, knight into a3, d into e4. Like okay, it is some like good for the white. So in the game after the move knight fd2, it was the move e5. Well, the right reaction as now the e5 square is not controlled anymore. Gukesh is going to give a pawn for the initiative. We are still following the game between Aronian and Dominguez in 2022. So knight into e4, d into e4, and the queen into c5. Queen g6. Well, black should keep the queen to put some pressure on the white's position. Queen g6 is a very natural move to attack the g2 pawn. So after knight to d2, uh, Ding is ready to sacrifice the pawn, queen into g2, and now the castling. Long castling. We are now getting an opposite castle position. It could potentially transport to dangerous positions for both the sides, but it seems that both players were still in their preparation. So you can see like their preparations are very solid. So queen into f2, d into e5. And after that move, Gukesh under his first real thought, we can assume he was finally out of preparation here. The position is objectively fine according to the computers also, like, but it does not mean it is without any risk. So rook b8, a logical continuation, activating the rook and attacking the b2 pawn. Knight to c4. Well, if white manages to install the knight on the d6 square, they could definitely better. So bishop e6 and bishop to d2. I mean rook to d2. Why rook to d2? Because the threat is very easy. Bishop takes knight and queen takes checkmate. So rook d2 and queen f3, rook e1, bishop into c4. Gukesh decides to immediately exchange the minor pieces, although it was not forced. The position is equal. Queen into c4, queen f5, and after that move, the move number 20, Ding was out of preparation as he started to think for a long time. So queen into c6 happened in the game. Queen into e5, queen d5, offering the exchange of the queen. Queen e7, queen d6, and here Gukesh played the move queen to g5. He was not ready to exchange the queens, and again queen d5 by Ding Liren. Ding Liren is trying to exchange the queens. I don't know why he's trying to, but okay, he just want to draw. So queen e7, denied by the Gukesh, and queen d6. Ding is implicitly offering a draw. It is a pity as he has a very promising position once again. Well, these pawns are looking very dangerous, right? So queen g5 and queen d5, and here a surprising choice that shows that Gukesh does not want to make short draws. He should probably not be too reckless. However, Ding has not yet shown the mindset of someone who wants to take the advantage of Gukesh's inaccuracies. He declared in the press conference about that choice. I thought I always have counterplay. It's not for playing for a win or anything. I just wanted to make a few more moves and see what happens. So rook ed1, and white now has a good control over the position and has a clear advantage, right? So g6, queen e5. Well, c4 is another move to consider. White must use his passed pawn at some point to put pressure on the black, as the white king can find himself exposed. However, it can be a double-edged decision, right? So here Ding played a safe move, queen e5, rook b8, attacking the queen, and queen g3. Many other queen moves are possible, but this is probably the best practical choice. Well, queen h5. I could mark this move as an inaccuracy, as there is a big difference in the evolution between queen into g3 and queen h5. But to be honest, the best move was not so easy to play, right? The best move was to queen into g3, and after h into g3, rook e5, b4, uh, rook g5, c4, looking very dangerous. Rook takes g3, c5, rook into e3, c6, rook c3 check, rook c2 taking the pawn, I mean taking the rook, king into c2, and unclear position. Both sides will push their pawn, but black has to be much more careful as the white pawn is more advanced. For instance, king g7, a4, h5, b5, h4, a5, and the move rook c8 only move, right? King b3, h3, rook c1, h2, rook h1, and only move f5. So rook into h2, f4, and there is no need to continue the analysis. But on precise play from both players, this is a draw, right? So after queen h5, it's a great advantage for white. But here queen f4 played by the Ding Liren, and queen f5 instantly, and so a3, queen b5, rook d4, a logical move to centralize the attack and the e4 pawn. Queen e2, entering the queen into the position, and rook 1 d2, queen f3, and here Ding once again does not try to take the advantage and played the move king c2, which is not better move and allows Gukesh to simplify the game, and Gukesh simply captured it into f4, f5, and now black has managed to exchange the queens and to get his passed pawns as well. Well, Gukesh is also ready to create the passed pawns, and it's not so dangerous for Gukesh anymore. So h4 stopping the g5 idea, but e3, and many moves are possible. But this one could be the riskier one, as the pawn could become weak. But practically it is okay move. So rook e2, rook e7, king to d3, attacking the pawn, rook f8, doubling the rooks. The rook's battery are there. So h5 the easiest way to simplify, right? So g into h5, rook d5 attacking the f5, h4, rook into f5, rook d7 check, king c2, king g7, with the idea of this move. So rook g2 check, stopping the king from going further, king h8, and again after king h8, rook e2 attacking the pawn, king g7, rook g2, king h8, rook e2, and draw by repetition. An interesting game with great preparation by both the players. They both could have tried a bit harder to get chances at some point. I think in this game we can see the different approaches between them. Ding may be a bit too careful about his decisions and Gukesh a bit too reckless. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a very fantastic game. Thanks for watching Star Chess Academy.